the example that I've given, Call Her Daddy, which I think is second to you on Spotify. Do you know that? Or you blank? You give me a blank like you don't know that. I
don't pay attention.
Do you know? You don't even know what it is.
Oh, I know what Call Her Daddy is.
Okay, so
I know the whole controversy. Do you know why I know the whole controversy?
No.
Because of my boy Andrew Schultz.
Oh yeah,
Andrew Schultz, who was supposed to go on a date with that one girl.
He told me that story, Sophia Franklin.
So he bails on the date. She goes out and meets the agent, who winds up trying to negotiate this contract.
Suit man. Yeah.
Tell the story from you know it.
Yeah, well, I know it really good. So, Call Her Daddy, Alex Cooper, we saw a sizzle reel that she made. So, Call Her Daddy is now on Spotify. She got a huge contract, I think like 3 years, 60 mil. She's great. But we saw a sizzle reel. Called her in. I'd never seen anything like the sizzle reel. And she sat down. I'm like, who made this for you? And she's like, I did. I learned how to edit it. I did all of it. We just hired her on the spot when she said that. She said, oh, by the way, I do it with another girl. I'm bringing her with me. It's like, okay, fine. Didn't even meet the girl, Sophia Franklin, at the time. The thing exploded. Now, Barstool's been around close to 20 years. It's no overnight success. You were around for 12 years doing the podcasting. They went from 0 to 100. Like within 2 months, it's all anybody was talking about. Call Her Daddy, Call Her Daddy. So we hired them each $70,000 a year, 3-year contracts. You can look at, like, we'll reevaluate it at the end of the year. This thing blew up so quick. And they started looking around, being like, wait a minute, we're making $70,000. Our numbers, we should be making millions. They're right. They should have been if they were independent and they weren't through us. But it's kind of like the band model, right? The band label. You signed a thing.
Yeah.
So we did give them a raise. They were each making about $500,000 by the end, I think, of year one. Sophia Franklin's boyfriend, Suit Man, was an executive at HBO. And what essentially happened is he started shopping Call Her Daddy around. And we still own them. They stopped putting out the podcasts. They wouldn't do anything. And they started leaving little clues like, hey, we're being held hostage in so many words by Barstool, making stuff up, frankly. And it got to the point, this is in the middle of COVID, and they wouldn't put out episodes. And we're trying to pay the bills for everybody. So they came over to, and this is like for Barstool Lore and Call Her Daddy, we had a very famous meeting on the roof deck of where I lived. It was Alex and Sophia. And I said, listen, we own the IP. Call Her Daddy was ours. And I basically shortened their contract and agreed, I'll give you guys the IP. You guys just work one more year. Somewhere in there. Should have been 2 more. They left. I'm like, this is the deal of a lifetime. We need to pay the bills and get them going. Alex calls 2 days later, and she says, listen, I want to take this deal. Sophia is never going to take this deal. She's in with her boyfriend. They're shopping it around. They're saying all these things. It's not going to happen. So I called both Sophia and Alex. I said, we're going to do a deal with Alex. Sophia, you come or you don't come, but we're moving forward. Didn't hear anything back from Sophia. Alex, we do the deal with, and it's all because of the boyfriend. We had Scooter Braun. This is also, Scooter Braun, he's Bieber's agent. He calls. I've never talked to Scooter Braun ever. I got a call from a guy I know, Dave Grutman, who's like a Miami nightlife guy. He goes, hey, I got Scooter Braun on the other line. Will you talk to him? I go, yeah, but you tell him everything he says to me is on the record. I don't give a fuck. I'm in my own world. I could give a fuck less who Scooter Braun is. So Scooter Braun gets on the phone. He goes, I talked to Sophia Franklin. This is after we already moved along. It's like, I think you should take her back. Do the deal. I was like, all right, whatever. We're already moving on. Hung up, made a video instantly. I'm like, Scooter Braun just called me. Who the fuck does Scooter Braun think he is? And the rest is so much history. Alex got this huge deal. She's killing it. Besides you, I think she's just about the biggest podcast out there. And Sophia went on her way. I went nuts. I actually hijacked their stream. We had their stream, and what they hadn't posted in maybe 2 or 3 months. I just went on. All these Call Her Daddy fans thought it was going to be the next Call Her Daddy. It was just me explaining what the situation was, and all their fans had no idea who I was. Who the fuck's this guy? So they went their separate ways, and what actually happened with them behind the scenes, who knows? I believe Alex's side of the events, but it really seemed like he thought he was going to take them, be their manager. It was There's some big network that like basically had the deal ready for them. So it turned into a huge thing. This is all during COVID. It was a big story.
What is Sophia doing now?
She has her own podcast, Sophia with an F. She's not my favorite person. She's not my favorite person.
Well, I gotta think that people like that are influenced by the people that were. Is that guy still her boyfriend?
No. And you know what's crazy?
Oof.
I thought if you asked me beforehand,
That guy cost her millions,
millions.
millions, millions, and millions.
It was so
Imagine how long that podcast could have kept going.
and everything on the IP.
And they could have left and gone to Spotify the same way with her attached, and she would
Everything.
be fucking driving a pink Rolls Royce and balling out of
I
control.
don't know that she's doing terribly. She's certainly not doing what Alex is.
And what does Alex do now for a co-host? Does she have a
Solo.
co-host? Solo.
Just took it. So it went from
for
splitting
her.
it 50-50. She just took it all. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. Crazy.
It's weird when there's one person that's like the driving force behind it, but then another person is connected to it, and like that person thinks that they should be the person.
And it was a he said, she said
And
on
then
who
you
was
got a
doing it.
boyfriend is also in the business, and listen, trust me, I got this. I'm gonna handle this. And also he's like the new boyfriend, so he's fucking excited about it all.
I mean, he's actually a boxing guy. I've never met him.
He's a boxing guy.
Yeah, he did all HBO boxing.
Interesting, which doesn't exist anymore,
No,
unfortunately.